When I go into the juvenile detention center, like this morning, I'm looking at these young people, male and female, black and white. I'm looking at like 70 young people, teenagers, just sitting there without a clue of the confusion of their life. And most of us don't either, even in church and outside of church. We're not really that dedicated. We're not really that committed to God. We don't really recognize the reality that the reality of God and the things that we don't see is more real than the things that we do see. That serving God is a 24/7 function. It's not corny, it's not weird. It's just being in the reality that you're in the presence of the Creator all the time. It's not about acting weird. It's just about being aware of the reality of your situation. That God is with you always. I hope this was an encouraging message. I pray that it's an encouraging message. You need to recognize that you are called to do great things. Here we go. Now, I'm not a prosperity preacher. I mean, I believe in prosperity, but I'm not the typical prosperity preacher. I believe that we need to be prosperous, but prosperity comes in many different ways. And I do believe that God desires us to be prosperous in all ways. I think we do spend so much time focusing on the money aspect, we miss a lot of the other areas. That God desires us to be well emotionally. God desires to be prosperous spiritually. God desires to be prosperous relationally, as well financially. But I believe that the finance part is more like a manifestation of you walking in prosperity. So we look at the prosperity as far as being money. To me, prosperity is an evidence. Money is the evidence of prosperity. Money isn't the prosperity, okay? And so we chase it. We're chasing the evidence of prosperity, which is the money, rather than recognizing that prosperity itself is actual wellness, okay? And that money is simply a manifestation of the reality of the wellness, the prosperity that you actually embrace, okay? And so I believe that as we begin to get well, we will be exhibiting the manifestations of prosperity, which would be good health, which would be good relationships, which would be financial. But see, we just need to recognize that the prosperity is a wellness of the individual, and all these peripheral manifestations aren't to be chased after or pursued. They will naturally manifest when you begin walking in true prosperity. I know we talked about a lot of stuff today, and I hope you got something out of it. That most of our issues are in our minds. Most of our issues are illusions, are negative illusions that we've simply bought into. Again, when I saw those 70 young people in juvenile this morning, I'm looking at how they've been fooled, how they've been blinded. And if you could take like 70 young people, like the ones I saw this morning and the ones I'm picturing right now in my mind as I'm speaking to you, if you take 70 young people and they can really get it, you could change the face of this nation. You could change the face of the world easy. We have to get it. We have to get our priorities in order. Seek first the kingdom of God, and all the other things will be added unto you. I'm telling you, we can turn this world upside down. Well, I want to thank you for joining me once again for another perspective. And in closing, I want to leave you with this one tidbit. You know, it's that God truly, truly, truly loves you. He really does. And so do I.